I took my 3D scanning to a whole new level using Niantic Spatial and a 360 camera. This isn't a drone scan or some map app. This is a 3D Gaussian splat that I made in just a few minutes with a 360 camera and Niantic Spatial's new high-powered cloud reconstruction. I'm Nathan, and I've taught hundreds of people around the world about how mobile scanning can help them capture stunning 3D spaces and transform their 3D creation workflows. Scaniverse makes it so easy to capture amazing 3D Gaussian splats and meshes and process them on just a mobile phone. But once people started to see the power of mobile's 3D scanning, here's one thing that everyone asked me. How can I capture bigger, more complete, fully realized 3D scans? And that's where a 360 camera, like the Insta360 X5, comes in. The X5 captures nearly 3 times the data per view of a mobile scan, and Niantic Spatial's cloud reconstruction can turn that gorgeous 8K footage into some stunning 3D splats, meshes, or even VPS. You get to choose. Just like mobile scanning, how you collect your data can really make all the difference in your final results. And this video will show you some basic steps and considerations that you should take to get great results with your X5 or other 360 camera. Now, the Niantic Spatial FAQ and website have a ton of great resources to help you get started, and that's where you should go for the most recent information. Check them out here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to plan, scan, and process 360 videos into 3D Gaussian splats using Niantic Spatial's cloud reconstruction. The first thing that we're going to do is set up your gear. All you need is a 360 camera and an invisible stick. For outside captures like I'm doing today, keep the camera at 8K, 30 frames per second, standard color, and set the ISO and shutter to auto. So the first thing that I want you to think about when using a 360 camera is to scan for completeness, not distance. Scanning with a 360 camera does give you a lot more coverage for every minute of scanning that you do, but please use that power wisely and focus on collecting a data set for the area that you're scanning rather than trying to scan a very large distance or too many different subjects. Here's what it looks like when you scan for distance and not focused. The areas that I'm interested in and walking towards are sharp and high resolution, and even some of the ones behind me that I wasn't looking at, thanks to the power of 360. But there's still a lot of noise and distracting unresolved areas that make this scan unusable for a lot of professional use cases without additional work or cleanup. You get way better results when you focus on capturing a complete data set. This means video in every direction from as many points of view as possible. And this usually means that a focused data set can get you much better results, even if it's just a few minutes long, rather than a long, meandering scan. The 5-minute limit for plus plans on 360 videos can make amazing splats if you're smart about how you capture. Here's how I do it. First, you want to plan your scan. This will help you stay safe and capture a great data set. Now, always make sure that you can scan safely without endangering yourself, your subject, or others while you're focused on recording. I actually find that scanning with a 360 camera is easier than mobile scanning and keeps me safer because I'm not staring at the world through a screen to get that scan. My camera is looking in all directions, and I know if I'm pointing the lenses in the right direction, I'm gonna capture great data. So next, pick a flight path that fits your subject matter. The FAQ has a lot of great details on how to approach scanning different subject matters with different sizes and approaches. The basic idea that you want to start with is 1, set the scene and capture the major focus points and the perimeter of the area that you're scanning. Then, fill in the gaps with additional overlapping passes. For open spaces, I love how easy it is to get overlapping video from a spiral or a flower movement that also covers up and down. Once you know your flight plan, divide your scan time into thirds or fifths. Try to get at least 3 passes in the same area, and 5 to 7 can really be that much better. Depending on your subject, you want to think about how you can capture low, middle, and high perspectives, how you can capture the sides and center areas, and then also how you can go back in and capture fine details like text, wires, or line works. I've actually started using a timer or a scanning playlist to help me keep track of time as I'm going, so I can make sure I get all the passes I need in the time limit I have. And remember, you get 5 minutes of 360 processing on Plus plans, and you get 15 minutes on Pro plans. So let's see it in action. This section of an outdoor mall in Osaka was captured in just under 6 minutes. First, I set the scene by scanning both the left and right sides of the street, walking about 1 meter from the walls or the exterior edges of my scene. I started about head height because, right, that's where we're going to be seeing most of these scans. And then I did a secondary pass with my stick extended, so about 3 meters or about 10 feet up. Then I turned my camera slowly so the lens are facing up and down, and I tried to use my pole to center the camera in the middle of the street. This keeps me safe while traffic is flowing in a busy Osaka neighborhood, and helps fill in the details on the ceiling and the ground that might get distorted by stitch lines on the 360 camera. Move in slow, careful passes and avoid sharp changes that might add blur or distortion to your video. Now, once you've got an awesome video capturing all of your data, use Niantic Spatial's cloud reconstruction to get great results and share them with your team. The Niantic Spatial web portal gives you a place to organize both your scanning team and the sites that you're capturing. Scans and 3D assets are organized by workspaces called sites that multiple team members can contribute to. Once you've created a site, you can upload your raw INSV files from Insta360's X5 and X4 cameras with no conversion required. If you have a different 360 camera, check the FAQ for how to make the interlaced video that you'll need for those. After a quick check for video length and quality, your upload will begin. You'll need to leave this modal window open for the whole duration of your upload, but once that completes, you can generate assets as follows. Select the site that contains the scan you want to process, and select Generate Assets. Add a name for your asset, and then choose the scan type to 360 scan. Then choose from your list of uploaded scans. You can create multiple assets at a time from one scan. You can choose 3D Gaussian Splats or meshes and VPS. How many of these asset types you select will determine the length of your processing. Review the capture duration and credits required to reconstruct your 3D Gaussian splat at the bottom of the window, then select Generate. At this point, Niantic Spatial's reconstruction will continue on the cloud, and you can navigate away from the screen, come back in a few hours to see the crisp, clear, and complete 3D assets you've created.